Hey guys, welcome back to Signs and Wonders. I want to thank you all for watching and commenting. If you are new here, please click that subscribe button. You're not going to want to miss the upcoming live shows I got planned. They're going to be real fun. I have a guest coming on who I'm pretty excited about, and I will announce the time and the date for the episode soon, okay? Just look for the notice on the community section of the channel. As always, I would like to give a special thank you to my Patreons and all of you who help the channel. Oh, I also wanted to say that now that I'm starting live shows, I will be adding some cool Patreon-only benefits to your tiers too, so take a look at that in the future, guys. Okay, everyone, today is August 7th, 2020, and this is your End Times News Report. If you liked the video, please remember to click that thumbs up button as it helps my videos perform in the algorithm, the dreaded YouTube algorithm. Great Lakes hit by first waterspout outbreak of 2020. The Great Lakes witnessed their first waterspout outbreak of the 2020 season as dozens of tornadoes were reported over the lakes for the fifth consecutive day on Wednesday, August 5th, 2020. Much of the waterspouts were seen over Lake Michigan, Erie, and Ontario. According to the Weather Network meteorologist Kelly Sonnenberg, the overall atmospheric pattern that had settled in over Ontario for the past several days caused the outburst. Cooler temperatures aloft combined with warm lake temperatures have created an unstable atmosphere conducive for waterspout formation. Waterspouts form when temperatures on the lake are relatively warm. This weather phenomenon is usually relatively harmless, particularly when being observed from a distance. A waterspout is a non-supercell tornado that forms beneath a rapidly developing cumulus cloud. While they commonly dissipate over the water, they do sometimes come ashore as a weak landspout tornado. Satanic Temple claims killing babies in abortions is a protected religious ceremony. The Satanic Temple admitted proudly Wednesday that in their belief system, killing an unborn baby in an abortion is a religious ritual similar to communion or baptism for Christians. The Satanic Temple is proud to announce its religious abortion ritual, a ceremony rooted in our deeply held beliefs, the group said in a video announcement on YouTube. The Satanists described their surgical abortion ritual in detail on Wednesday. They said it involves two tenets of their religion involving bodily autonomy and adherence to best scientific practices. This is how the Satanic Temple describes its ritual for slaughtering unborn babies in surgical abortions. Prior to receiving any anesthetic or sedation, look at your reflection to be reminded of your personhood and your responsibility to yourself. Focus on your intent. Take deep breaths and make yourself comfortable. When you're ready, say the third tenet and fifth tenet aloud. You may now undergo the surgery. After the surgery is completed and any anesthetic has worn off, return to your reflection and recite your personal affirmation. Feel doubts dissipating and your confidence growing as you have just undertaken a decision that affirms your autonomy and free will. The religious abortion ritual is now complete. The Satanists said they believe in abortion on demand in the first trimester, meaning without regulations, restrictions, or informed consent. The disturbing announcement is part of the cult's new plan to overturn pro-life laws using a religious freedom argument. You know, this type of filth is absolutely repulsive and disgusting, and further proof that we are living in a falling world that needs Jesus more than anything, guys. And ironically, the story that follows right after is Obama's legacy 165 pages of records surface detailing a cash for fetal tissue scandal. So, a series of contracts that began under the Obama-era Food and Drug Administration paid out almost $100,000 as part of efforts to obtain from a controversial vendor tissue from fetuses aborted in the first and second trimesters for research into humanized mice, documents discovered in June. The 165 pages of documents which relate to the government's deals with the non-profit firm Advanced Bioscience Resources reveal the program continued well into the Trump administration, although it was eventually terminated over concerns that it was not complying with federal law regarding the uses of fetal tissue. Since 2010, three companies, Advanced Bioresources Incorporated, Steam Express, and Novagenics Laboratories. Novagenics has since gone out of business, but they've paid affiliates of Planned Parenthood Federation of America to acquire aborted fetuses and then sold the fetal tissue to their respective customers at substantially higher prices than their documented costs. The fetuses must be aged 16 to 14 weeks, and the tissue must be fresh and never frozen, the statement of the documents added. These documents are a horror show. These records show that the FDA was trafficking in human fetal parts. Incredibly, there continues to be a push to reopen these monstrous experiments too. New York City will now have COVID-19 checkpoints that reminded me a lot of the show me your papers interrogations from the World War II Nazi Germany. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio announced Wednesday that for the first time, law enforcement units will establish COVID-19 quarantine checkpoints. These checkpoints will be operated by various law enforcement agencies, with the New York City Sheriff's Office coordinating the effort at major bridge and tunnel crossings. We need to ensure visitors and New Yorkers returning home are taking the necessary precautions, says Sheriff Joseph Fasutio. We're going to deploy to be very visible. That's so crazy that I'm so glad that I don't live in New York City, hey? And the checkpoints are going to be operated by the New York City Sheriff's Office. Like, I don't know what the cops are like in your guys' town, but that's the last thing I would want. America's largest city by population, New York City, has decided to take a page from the Nazi playbook of World War II and set up military-style checkpoints at all bridge and tunnel crossings. There's a whole litany of things that they will do to you if you don't comply too, not the least of which is a $10,000 fine, and they're saying that they intend to be as aggressive as possible under this new regime. Elon Musk's Neuralink brain chip will soon allow users to take charge of moods and emotions. Elon Musk's Neuralink currently develops a new feature on their brain chip that will enable humans to go forth and choose the mood by bouncing off a person's hormone level. The secret project mentioned by Musk teased an update that will provide new feats for the company. He stated that an event on August 28, 2020 will thoroughly explain what the tech CEO pertains. Ooh. The American tech company founded by Musk, Neuralink, is working on their current project, the brain-implanted chip, that is capable of controlling a human's emotion and mood by emitting waves that are beyond the usual or natural frequency and amplitude. Neuralink's promising technology makes use of flexible threads that are believed to be safe and effective for a brain implant. Believed? This technology will cause less of the supposed or expected harm that befalls the implant on a person's brain. The thread will function as it is named by having a device performing as a sewing machine that will then sew threads to the brain chip that can be connected via USB-C cable to transmit vast loads of data for each person's intended use. Oh, they're going to use a USB Type-C. Well, that's good to know. This technology is capable of connecting the human brain to a computer if it emerges successful and able to produce a working prototype. A chunk load of data bandwidth will be available for streaming and use for the human brain. Musk is also optimistic for the chip to be pairing with artificial intelligence as the project progresses. The company's team of scientists and researchers said in a published paper last year. Gee, what could possibly go wrong here, hey guys? As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Everyone, please remember to subscribe and give the video a like, and God bless you all and your families.